Hey Luke, hey Luke, hey everybody. It's Luke Michael Howard, clinical hypnotist and owner of Hypnosis here. We're just checking in with you on a quick Facebook Live on Friday afternoon here in Toronto. If you're out there, give me a wave or a thumbs up so I know you're there, so I know you're listening. We're going to do an announcement, then I've got a quick tip for you, okay? The announcement. Hey Stacey, how are you? Give me a thumbs up. Thank you. Give me a wave. Quick announcement. This up. Hey Kelsey, good to see you. Quick announcement here. Wednesday, the 18th of March, this upcoming Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, I am going to be doing a Facebook Live. And it's going to be a very special Facebook Live. I'm actually going to hypnotize you all. With your permission, if you're on that Facebook Live or you're watching it on the replay after, I'm going to hypnotize you. Now, we're not going to do some deep therapeutic approach there because that would be unethical, because there may be lots of people on this Facebook Live and I don't know what your specific ailments are. However, I'm going to do a hypnotic process with you all who are there live on Facebook Live. It's going to be about 15 or 20 minutes and it's going to be to elicit more calm, more peace inside of yourself, more relaxation, especially in today's time where everyone's going crazy over the coronavirus and what have you, and fear mongering out there. There's never been a more apparent time to calm down a little bit, have a bit more peace in our life, have a bit more control, have a bit more relaxation. So on that Facebook Live on March the 18th, which is Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, I'll do a little quick intro, then we'll do about a 15 to 20 minute hypnotic process. You will need to be uninterrupted for that time. You need to be in a place where your eyes can be closed, and your ring on your phone is switched off. Perhaps the ring on your door is switched off as well, and no dogs, cats, elephants, children are disturbing you in any way. Hey Devon, how are you? Hey Ryan. So you can actually get the most out of this process, and obviously not operating any heavy machine or anything like that. But that's coming Wednesday. It's going to be my gift to you all, obviously with your permission, to do some hypnosis with you. So it should be a fun and hopefully a lovely gift to give you in this crazy climate that we're currently in at the moment. Hey Amanda, how are you? If you're out there, give me a thumbs up or give me a wave. So a little tip I want to teach you today before I go out is this. This is what I do with my clients. How often do you feel that your anxiety is controlling you, is controlling your imagination? Perhaps all the time, hey? So the process I'm going to teach you, hey Amy, how are you? Give us a thumbs up, give us a wave. I'm going to teach you a process now. It's very quick, it's very powerful. And when I first teach you it, you're going to be, Luke, you're completely out of your mind. What are you asking me to do? That's crazy. I'm trying to get away from anxiety and you want me to make myself have anxiety? What the hell's wrong with you? Stick with me. As someone that used to suffer from the symptoms of anxiety daily, hour to hour, and having worked with thousands of people in the last 24 years now, helping them release the symptoms of anxiety, it's a process that I call horribilizing. Now, how many of you encountered feeling the symptoms of anxiety? It doesn't matter where you are, what you're doing. Anxiety hits you at 5 o'clock on a Friday afternoon out of nowhere, like a curveball. And then you go to bed, seemingly things have been okay, and you put your head down for some shut-eye, and suddenly you've got the anxiety monster next to you, keeping you up. It comes out at the most inappropriate times. So I'm going to teach you how to feed the anxiety monster while it's small, to keep it small and to manage it. So let me explain the process that I teach my clients when they come into my office or over Skype for hypnosis, change work for anxiety, and what I do. It's this. You're going to horribilize twice a day. What's horribilize? You're going to take 5 minutes in the morning and you're going to take 5 minutes at the end of your day. You're going to get your cell phone, your watch, your stopwatch, whatever it is, and you're going to put the stopwatch on for 5 minutes, no longer. And for that 5 minutes, you're going to sit down, you're going to close your eyes uninterrupted, and you are going to imagine, catastrophize the worst case scenario inside your mind. Hey Janelle, how are you? You're going to imagine, you're going to catastrophize the worst thing in your mind. You're going to consciously do anxiety to you. You're not going to wait for anxiety to do it to you. You're going to choose 5 minutes with that stopwatch, no longer. And you are going to imagine everything in your life deliberately for 5 minutes. Worst case scenario, you are going to see it inside your mind. You are going to hear it inside your head. You are going to feel it inside your body. You're feeding the monster while it's small. Then when that 5 minutes up, you get up, you shake out, you go somewhere else, you do something else. Then at the end of the day, you're going to do exactly the same thing. You're going to choose 5 minutes and 5 minutes only at the end of the day. And imagine, catastrophize deliberately, consciously, the worst case scenario for 5 minutes, no longer. You're going to see it. You are going to hear it. You are going to feel it. Then the weirdest thing in the world starts to happen. When anxiety tries to do itself to you unconsciously a few days later, it will come, you'll feel it at a time that wasn't horribilizing in the morning or night. But you'll start to build up rapport, you'll start to build up a trust relationship with yourself, with your unconscious. So when you feel it at a time that's not in that 5 minutes in the morning, that 5 minutes at night, and it comes at another time, you'll simply say, hey, I'm going to feed you later, just like I've done for the last couple of days, just like I've done for the last week, just like I've done for the last month. But we ain't doing this now, because I'm choosing not to do this now. But I will honor you, and I will let you come out in all your glory, fangs as well, and claws. But it's either going to be tonight or tomorrow for 5 minutes. You're going to harness it, you're going to start to control it, you're going to start to control this wild stallion called anxiety. So what starts to happen is your body, your unconscious starts to trust you. It starts to say, okay, you know what? He or she's going to feed me. But she's going to feed me in the morning or at night. So then that 24-hour period where you're having consistent bouts of anxiety, usually, and it's hitting you when you're queuing up online for something. Hey Marie, how are you? If you're listening, put your thumbs up, give me a wave, let me know. It will go away and it will not come back until later on, because you built up a relationship which says, it's like having a little child. I don't know how many of you have a child. Give me a thumbs up if you have a child. But your child is vying for your attention. But you're cooking, you're cleaning, you're at work, you're on the phone, you're doing something important with your child, and the child gets louder and louder and louder until you pay attention. Your unconscious mind, your anxiety is a bit like a 5-year-old child inside. It gets louder and louder and louder until it hears you, until you acknowledge it. And you are going to honor it. You are going to acknowledge it. 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night. No longer. After a couple of days, sometimes as long as a week, sometimes a couple of weeks, it's what it takes. But your anxiety symptoms will come less and less and less, because your unconscious, the bit that controls anxiety and all your emotions, starts to trust you and starts to say, hey, this is not the right time. Our appointment is not at 3 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. It's either in the morning or in the night. And I can trust you to do this because you've done it for the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, and it will just go away. So then you start to have, instead of a whole day, hey Robin, how are you? Instead of having a whole day being attacked from anxiety from every angle, you're choosing the angle, you're choosing the time. Instead of 24 hours, you only get to feel anxiety for a full 10 minutes a day and no more than that. Hey Drayden, how are you? How many of you would like to get all of your anxiety, the little bit of anxiety, the strong anxiety, the big anxiety that can hit you from any angle 24 hours a day, and just sit down and experience it? 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night, and no other time in the rest of the day will it bother you. So you take 24 hours, and out of that 24 hours, only 10 minutes in total time in 2 settings will be anxious. How many of you would feel your life improved amazingly if you got your anxiety and you just shrank it down to a maximum of only being able to feel it for 10 minutes a day and not feeling it anymore? Give me a thumbs up or a wave if that would be beneficial to you. So as always, don't trust me, don't just listen to me, don't just take my words as blind faith. Use it, but commit yourself to use it for a week. Thank you for the thumbs up. For 2 weeks, ideally for a month. Neuroscientists and experts say it takes about a month to wire your brain for a new habit. So do this for a month. As soon as you get up, 5 minutes. Before you go to bed, 5 minutes. Close your eyes. Make sure you're safe. Worst case scenario, catastrophize. Do anxiety. As big and as bad and as ugly as you can. And when that time is done, shake it out. Move somewhere else. Do something else. Get on with your day. go to sleep. It's called feeding the monster while it's small, or horribilizing. So remember, Facebook Live on Wednesday, the 18th of March, 7 p.m, where I am going to do hypnosis to you and show you how to do it to yourself with your permission to help you feel more calm, more peace, more relaxation in your life. Share it, tell your friends. It's a free event. It's going to be a wonderful event, and use this horribilizing technique I taught you today, and leave your comments underneath when you start to notice just how cool it is. Even though it's counterintuitive, Luke, you're asking me to do the thing I'm trying to get away from? Yeah, I'm asking you to face it, but feeding a monster while it's small, so it starts to get weaker and weaker and weaker, and you start to have more and more control of it and your life. Always believe.